What's up, guys? It's the Brazilian Bros with MACkite boarding coming to you straight from Brazil. As you can see, there is some rain clouds right behind us, but that's not going to stop us from giving you an awesome comparison between the North Orbit and the Cabrinha Nitro. Although these kites have a lot of similarities, we're going to emphasize their differences and ultimately make recommendations as far as which one of these kites is best for you. One of the reasons why these kites are so similar is because they have a common denominator. Pat Goodman is actually the original designer of both Orbit as well as the Nitro. He was the original designer of the Orbit during his sabbatical at North kiteboarding, and then when he went back to Cabrinha, he used his decades of design experience to create the Nitro. In recent years, Pippin Smith has taken over the design of the Orbit and has done small but incremental improvements to it. When you put both these kites in the air, they actually feel very similar. They're both very direct kites on a bar, mainly because of their lack of pulleys. The Orbit has traditionally had light bar pressure. For the 2026 version, they've actually increased the bar pressure a little bit, which makes it more of a light to moderate kite as far as bar pressure is concerned. In terms of the Nitro, it has remained one of the lightest bars on the market as far as Dacron kites are concerned, which we personally love. In terms of jumping, the North Orbit has a slight edge. In the 2026 version, they've actually increased the aspect ratio of the Orbit, which has given it a better vertical lift potential as well as a better hang time than ever before. The Nitro is not too far behind it with a very respectable jumping ability, especially in overpowered conditions, but it does lag behind in the hang time department as compared to some of the other powerhouses of jumping. In terms of looping, the Cabrinha Nitro has got the edge. It is arguably the easiest Dacron kite in the market for kite loop and megaloop progression. It's got a light bar pressure as well as very little yank through the loop, which is why we love using it here in Brazil during our clinics to teach people how to hang loop and kite loop. The Orbit is not too far away from it with a very reliable and safe kite loop. Although for the 2026 version, it has become a slightly more technical looper with a slightly heavier bar as well as a little more kick behind the loop. In terms of ease of use, the Cabrinha Nitro also has a slight edge. It has remained a very easy kite to use, particularly for those who are looking to improve on their looping game. Actually, both these kites are very easy and very intuitive, especially in overpowered conditions. Both the Nitro as well as the Orbit will give you confidence to go out there and throw maneuvers when the wind is nuking. The North Orbit has become slightly more technical to use in a 2026 version because it has some of that Orbit Pro DNA. Having said that, it also remains one of the best Dacron kites in the market for kite loop progression. Last but not least, welcome to the Real Talk, where we're going to emphasize their strengths and weaknesses and ultimately make recommendations as far as which one of these kites is best for you. In terms of the Orbit, it definitely has an improved height potential as well as hang time thanks to its increased aspect ratio. In addition, the 2026 version is the most stable Orbit to date. The Orbit has struggled with stability in previous generations, but this is no longer the case. No more front stolly or Hindenburgy with a 2026 Orbit. In terms of downsides, there are two main downsides with the Orbit. The first one is versatility. The Orbit is supposed to be used with a twin tip under your feet. It is not going to thrive if you try to foil or do strapless freestyle on it. Another downside of the Orbit is in terms of wind range. It does shine in overpowered conditions, but it does not have a very good low end. So you are gonna need at least 25 knots on this kite to be happy. In terms of the Nitro, the strengths are also very clear. It is a very easy kite to use across multiple wind ranges. We love using this kite to teach people how to loop because it is so damn easy. It's got a light bar pressure as well as very little yank through the loop, which makes learning hang loops and kite loops a real breeze. In terms of downsides, actually very similar to the Orbit in a sense that it does lack versatility as well as low-end capabilities. Both of these kites really shine in 25 plus knots with a twin tip under your feet. Overall, we are stoked on both of these kites. We would recommend the Orbit for riders who are looking for a little more performance, particularly when it comes to jumping as well as hang time. We would recommend the Nitro for riders who are looking for the easiest kite possible to learn kite loops and hang loops, and who are looking for a kite with a very light bar pressure. Both these kites are awesome with a twin tip under your feet in overpowered conditions, and we can't recommend them enough. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to MACkite's YouTube channel and to follow the Brazilian Bras on Instagram for more awesome kite surfing content coming your way. See you in the next video.